Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today. And today, the San Antonio Spurs beat the Atlanta Hawks 133-126 in overtime. Great game. A lot of players absolutely killing it tonight. The two stars that absolutely were phenomenal tonight on both opposing sides were Victor Wembanyama and Trae Young. We're going to get to those two guys who were just great tonight. And then we'll get to some of the other guys that were just so impactful for their teams tonight. Unfortunately, in a basketball game, of course, this can sound stupid, but only one team can win. And both teams played great, phenomenal basketball in this game tonight. And it was a great win for the Spurs, but it was a great performance for the Hawks. They just couldn't get this one tonight. Let's get into the Spurs. First, with their main star, it's Victor Wembanyama, just insane. 42 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 4 blocks, 7 threes. Was really hot to start off this game. 7 for 15 from 3, 9 for 12 at the free throw line, 13 for 24. Let's go to the other big star that had a great game, 23 points, 16 assists. At this point, saying 16 assists for Trae Young just feels normal. It's like, I think there are a lot of guys that are capable of going out there and getting 16 assists, and will hype it up, like Jokic. We see Jokic do it. We see Tyrese Halliburton do it. We see other guys in this league. LeBron. We see a lot of guys go out there and are capable, outside of Trae Young, to get high assist numbers like this. And I think when you see it, we know it's when we see a guy like Jokic or LeBron or Tyrese Halliburton or some of the other guys that are, really good facilitators in basketball. Luke, maybe you want to go to Luka. That, get high assists, like 16 assists in a game. It's really impressive. And I'm not saying it's impressive for Trae Young, but at this point for Trae, it's just like expected of him. Just phenomenal. But he's the, to me, I just, the way I feel about Trae, I think he's the best facilitator in basketball. I think a lot of people probably thought, same way with Tyrese Halliburton last year. To me, last year, I didn't even think, I thought the same way last year with Trae Young. I think Halliburton's a great facilitator. I think Harden's a great facilitator. Same thing with Luka. But I look at I don't even think Halliburton's a great facilitator, but I look at to me, I think the two best facilitators in basketball, Trae Young and James Harden. Then I look at, guys like Halliburton, Jokic, and Luka. But Trae Young is just phenomenal. 16 assists, 23 points, 7 for 16, 3 for 6 from 3, 6 for 8 from the floor. But let's talk about the guys around him, though, because you don't get 16 assists on your own. Like, he's making the passes, but let's talk about the guys. I mean, like, 16 for 30 get from 3 night, 42%. Somebody had to be knocking down those threes. I mean, Trae Young only had 3 of them. Let's go to 2 guys off the bench who are just great in this game for Atlanta. DeAndre Hunter playing such good basketball. I mean, if he keeps it up, he's going to be a real 6th man of the year contender. 27 points, 6 rebounds, 9 for 15, 4 for 8 from 3. Larry Nance Jr. Look, I know Larry Nance Jr. has the capability of shooting threes, but this is an unreal 3-point shooting performance. Not only does he shoot 5 for 6 from 3, he scores 21 points, and he has 13 rebounds. And so you had 2 guys that had 48 points combined off the bench. Then you had another star in Jalen Johnson who had 22 points, 9 rebounds with 3 assists and 2 steals and 3 blocks. You had Capella at 10 points and 9 rebounds, was close to the double-double. Outside of that, there wasn't a lot. Dyson Daniels wasn't great tonight. Obviously, he's always going to be good defensively, but offensively, he wasn't. 4 points. Ricochet only had 9 with 4 rebounds. Bogey had 10 points. So a great team performance by the Hawks, but you just got outplayed by, I'm not going to say a better team, because I think these two teams are pretty even with each other. I mean, records are very close, but I think talent-wise are very close to each other. I think they just got outplayed. I'm not going to say by a better team, but by the better team tonight. And when you have, obviously, sometimes it's hard to, obviously it's hard to lose when you have Trae having 16 assists, You have the bench performances of Hunter and Nance, and 23 points with the 16 assists. But it's also for the Spurs, it's very hard for them to lose when Wembanyama does what he did tonight with 42 points. And then also you have Chris Paul, who had 12 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, 4 steals, 1 block, 4 for 4, 3 for 3 from 3. You had Vassell with 23 points, Jeremy Sohan with 20 points and 8 rebounds. They had 11 points for Keldon Johnson. So obviously it's really hard for the Hawks to lose a game when Trey has a game like he has tonight, and he has help from guys like Jalen Johnson, Hunter, and Nance Jr. But I think it's even harder for the Spurs to lose when you have Wembanyama playing the way he played tonight, and he has the help around him from what guys like Devin Vassell and Chris Paul and Jeremy Sohan did tonight for the Spurs. So great performance by both teams, and I think both teams, as of right now, if you ask me, I think both teams have a great future in this league. With the Spurs having Wemby and Devin Vassell, and for the most part, I kind of like Jeremy Sohan. Not a huge fan of him, but he had a great game tonight. And if Chris Paul is going to be sticking around the NBA for the next couple of years, possibly Chris Paul, he did say he would like to play another year or two. We'll see if that's with the Spurs. He's not under contract. I think he might be under contract next year. I'm not sure. I can't remember if he signed a 1-year or 2-year deal. But they have a great future. San Antonio does, but Atlanta has a great future. If you don't trade Trey, they have a great future with the young guys around Trey, with Johnson and Dyson Daniels, and hopefully Ricochet. We'll see if he can get more developed. Hunter and Larry Nance Jr., they have a good future. They have a really good future. Let me know your thoughts on the win for the San Antonio Spurs, 133-126 in the comment section, and peace out.